What's up, y'all? It's your boy Miles, D317ANR, and I'm gonna put him.
Man, it's good to have you on here, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm blessed. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Welcome to the Put On Show, man. And I'm glad we start off with your name, man. Let them know your name.
My name is Miles Simmons, man. I'm a native of Indianapolis. Blessed to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, absolutely. It's been a long time coming, man. You know, we've been talking about doing this for a while, man. So
Facts.
I want to start off, man, but by you just letting people know what it is that you do.
Yeah, man. So I'm the CEO of 317ANR. It's a local, soon-to-be global media platform here. I interview content creators, mostly targeting rappers and artists, people like that. So, hey, that's what I do. I'm a journalist, a self-taught journalist, painting the picture, trying to get the culture of 317 spread it out to the world.
So what got you started? Is like what inspired you to start this journey of doing interviews?
Man, so it's really two big things. So the first thing is I always just was naturally attracted to, like, I always was a fan of interviews, like the Say Cheeses, the Vlads, the Breakfast Clubs, different podcasts. I always was a big fan of like watching them. And then the second thing is a lot of people don't know this. I played basketball my freshman year, 8 hours away from Indianapolis in Iowa. Yeah. And you 18, you hitting the road, you almost 10 hours away, you're not going home like that. So I was kind of homesick, bro. It was a real culture shock, real adjustment going from the city to the country. And the only thing that like would give me the vibe of being at home was listening to local music for real. Yeah. And so what I was doing is I was just doing my deep dive, going down the rabbit hole, listening to local music, and I was sending them to all my homies that was spread out at different campuses as well. Yeah. And they was like, man, you damn near an A&R. Like, you could be the A&R for the city, bringing together all the artists, like for a label if you wanted to. And I'm like, man, I know all these artists. I feel like I'm a conversationalist. I can ask great questions. Sure. I might as well merge it all together, name my shit 317ANR, and just do the shit myself. I'm a fan of this shit anyway.
Man, so for your first interview, man, how was your first interview? I really want to know, how did you get past thinking about it, having an idea, and executing?
Man, I know a lot of people can have the same story, bro, but what got me to actually thinking about it to executing it was the pandemic, bro. Literally, like, I didn't have much to do. I was working my 9 to 5, but after that, after your 8 hours, you still got a lot of time to think. You know what I'm saying? And it had been on my mind for a minute. Shout out to the council and all my brothers around me that really motivated me. Like, you can do it, bro. Go ahead, jump off the porch with it. But it was the pandemic, bro. And my first interview was good. The first interview was kind of more confirmation, like, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? It was a good experience getting that first one off my chest, though, for sure.
Damn, so who was your first interview?
It was Kitty Red.
That's done there.
Yeah, so that was my first one, just really networking. My brother, another artist I already interviewed, DK Do It All, that's his auntie. Yeah. So, like, a lot of these interviews is coming from just getting out in the city and knowing people and, you know what I'm saying, getting to know people. But that was my first interview, Kitty.
Absolutely. So we was talking about before we had started the actual interview, you figuring out that you wanted to do music. What was the reason why you went to artists instead of just doing interviews in general?
That's a good question. Man, that's a good question. I think, like, I don't know. Like I said, I always watched people before me, the Say Cheeses and the Vlads, and a lot of the music artists that they do go up. So I was thinking, like I said, I was already a fan of the local scene. So once I interviewed like my first 2 or 3 artists, I started seeing like the feedback from it, and I was like, I might as well stay in this lane. Cause while I was doing it, I was always in the back of my head like, I'm gonna do businesses, I'm gonna do other content creators. Like, you can go look at the early videos on my channel. I got a DJ on there. Like, even though that's still music related, I was like going different ways. You know what I'm saying? But music was stuck and what fit for me at the moment. Yeah.
So as far as the future, where do you see yourself being at with your brand and everything that you built so far? Matter of fact, hold that. I just thought about something. For your interviews, are you more interested in just doing the locals, or do you want to do just more global route? And if you want to do global route, what is the top 3 artists you would love to interview?
So I'm gonna answer the first question. So I do want to go global. Like, I just wanted this to be the pilot city to start everything off and build the momentum, you know?
Yes,
Because, shoot, this is where I'm at.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is my environment. I know it well. I also believe in it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the urban culture of Indianapolis is not something that's a household thing around the country.
Man,
Like being out of town, like I said, where I live far away and stuff like that, a lot of people didn't know that there were young black people here that was talented and doing their thing.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely wanna go. But I'm just starting off here, and I plan on expanding. But what was the rest of the question?
So the other question was, who would you, as an artist, want to interview? Give me three of them. And then why?
That's a great question. So first artist I'm thinking of off that is G Herbo. That's my favorite rapper. Probably under the age of 30, like aside from the GOATs like the Drakes, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, it would be G Herbo. Like that's one of my favorite artists. And this is just artists, right?
Yeah,
that I would like to interview.
Rapper singing like that.
Whoo, two more. Let me think, man.
Yeah, you can get them right now. You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Top three. G Herbo one. Really no order. I would say my second artist would be probably Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. I grew up on him before Herb, like before the 2012 drill era. Really kind of at the same time, though. Kendrick Lamar was my dude. Like, that's who I was listening to. Like, in my opinion, Good Kid, Mad City is the best album ever.
That motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's number two would be Kendrick. Can it be dead or alive? Because if it's if it's dead, I'm going with Nipsey for sure. Like, not even like I love his music, but it was just more his entrepreneurial mindset. You know what I'm saying?
What would you ask him? One question.
One question I would ask Nipsey. I would ask Nipsey. I got two for Nipsey, like off rip. One would be, what does he think is the number one area we should focus on as people, as black people, to get out the matrix, to get over the hump of systematic racism. And another one would be, what was I about to say? I would ask Nipsey, like, who influenced him. Because, like, if you look at old videos of Nip, like, before he was even famous outside of the West Coast, he got, it's old clips of him being prophetic in how he talks. Like,
still him. He was still.
Yeah, he was always Nipsey. Like, you came up in a crazy environment in California, gangbang environment, poverty-stricken, but you always had this.
Most definitely. Did you get the chance to watch any of his documentaries?
I think I did watch a couple of Nipsey's documentaries.
The Hustle, they had him, his brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love to ask him, like, where'd you get that from? Was it your mom's? Was it, some people born with wisdom, kind of. Like, I know people that was born gifted. So
not to get off subject, but I had laughed a little bit earlier because the podcaster in me wanted me to ask you this.
Go ahead.
When you the question you would ask Nipsey, what would be your answer for that?
Man. It's probably two things. The first thing to get past systematic racism would be accountability. We all know systematic racism is huge. It's played a big role in the oppression of black people for a long time. However, I feel like we need to take it upon ourselves to do a little more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got the internet in your hand at all times. We all got phones. And I'm not saying that systematic racism can just easily be overcame, but I feel like once we, as a people, totally realize that we are being oppressed and that this is, you feel me, not the answer, we can take certain steps to do more, because we do got to do more to get ahead. But if everybody is willing to do more, I feel like that'll be something huge for us. And then number two, I think is, financial literacy is big. I feel like black people need to recycle the dollar within this community more. Yeah, and honestly, I would say the third one actually would be a hands-on approach. Like, and when I say that, I mean it's great to vote. It's great to, use the systems in place to get ahead. But I think if we take things into our own hands as communities, whether that is being accountable, whether that is financial literacy, whether that is, older guys in your neighborhood telling the young guys, hey, we shouldn't be acting like this.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing as well. Like, I don't think we should look to the government or our oppressor to get us out of oppression. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that make a lot of sense.
You got the gems over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's right. You're right, man. And I agree with you. Taking that accountability to actually take the action and not just talk about it, but being the person that's doing it. So, like, the things that you're doing, you're creating an opportunity for the young black man that ended up in Indiana to showcase their talents, bro. That's you taking accountability. You doing something. You creating something, man. That's going to last forever. YouTube video gonna be on there forever, man. After you gone, they gonna be seeing the stuff that you created. You know, it's something that you can literally pass down.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you this to get back on topic of the things that you create in your interviews. How long have you been doing the interviews?
I started in the pandemic, bro. So we going on 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going on 3 years now.
What's been the highlight? What keeps you going with it?
What's been the highlight? It's a lot of things that keep me going. Obviously, I don't want to say recognition, but just good feedback keeps me going. Whether that's in person, like people know, like telling me what I'm doing is, good or well, or also, seeing the numbers, seeing the numbers go up and progress being made when it comes to that. And, man, it's been a lot of milestones I feel like I met, but hey, they might not be major to the next person, but to me they are. Like, I take every small win seriously, and I just use that as fuel to keep going. Like, when Moneybagg Yo and Sexy Red and Big Boogie came here, Big Boogie's publicist reached out to me and wanted to get a tour bus interview in, but they ended up hitting the road late. And, some stuff happened to where I wasn't able to get it. But when they come back through, I still got that connection. So that's my first, like, big industry connection, that I made. So that was a big milestone as well.
That's still beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. You still got the connection?
Yeah.
So you
I got a number in there.
Yeah. So for the young men for the people that's watching this, man, I want to know if they want to get on your platform and they want to be interviewed, they feel like they're right, they got talent. How can they approach you? How should they approach you? How can they get in? I guess contact. Well, not contact, but because I know people know how to do that. But
how should they catch my attention?
Yeah.
I think the best way to catch my attention is, man, to put in that work and let the numbers and the art speak for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people have reached out to me to do interviews. Like, shout out 4200 Corey, that's my dog. He reached out to me, but a lot of people. But I also noticed him like before he reached out to me too.
Oh, yeah.
So like, you can reach out, that's fine. But if you ain't put in the work for me to really honor it, then I'm gonna wait until you do that. I want to see some good content.
Yeah.
I want to see dedication. I want to see you take your craft serious.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants to see numbers, but everybody isn't gonna get numbers at the same rate as the next person. So I really just want to see you taking your craft seriously. And I want to see art, bro. Like, I want to see quality art.
Definitely. Do you ever plan on doing like a live event interview type of thing?
See, man, I do plan on doing that, bro. I'm trying to get everything together, but I'm glad you said that because the more people say it, the more I want to get to it. I was doing live interviews at Grapevine, so shout out DJ Grapevine and Nigel. Well, that's the same person, but shout out Nigel. But yeah, I do plan on. I can give y'all a slight sneak peek. So I'm putting together an album for the city with various artists on the album. So it's slowly coming together. It's not coming soon, but it's coming.
That's right.
So everybody that's on that album, I want to put a show together along with maybe some interviews there as well.
That's right.
So that's what I'm doing.
You were just talking about how how people can get on, and that just made me think about our where we from. And I feel like if you are making noise, because you in that space, you in that music space, and then I'm in that entrepreneur space, so I know if you ain't here and there, you probably not really doing nothing serious on the commemorate. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that you said that. That's some great advice. And so
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question: if it was somebody you can give a shout out to for helping you get to where you at today,
Yeah.
with what you've created, who would that person be?
One person.
It could be a couple.
Could be a couple.
Yeah, it could be a couple people.
Somebody that's helped me get to the space I'm at. So first and foremost, I'm gonna always go with my biggest supporters, my two parents.
Oh, yeah.
Married for over 30 years.
Side note, real quick. Side note. Hey,
Yeah.
I was at an event, y'all, and I seen his dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I know my son.
Yeah.
He's over there doing interviews. Go over there. Something like that.
See, that's what I'm saying. So shout out Pops for sure. Shout out Moms. That's definitely the top two. Third, man, it will probably, I already shouted bro out though, but it would most definitely be DK Do It All. Like, a lot of, maybe y'all don't know this, but bro, we've been like this since we was 5 years old. Probably before that. Our moms was cool before we was even thought of, for real. So every idea that we have, we run it by each other. How this sound, bro?
Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about it? All right, let's do it. Why you bullshitting, bro? You ain't did it yet. Let's do it. So he almost like a life coach for me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna push me. I'm gonna push him. And then aside from that, like, it ain't no secret that, like, for some of my interviews, I go to my artists.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these artists are street individuals that's living in crazy environments. So it's not always the safest thing. I'm taking the risk for the people. You know what I'm saying? So he always come with me. He's my eyes in the back of my head. So, like, yeah, shout out, bro. That's my right hand for sure.
Man, okay. So, man, I got two more questions for you before we end up playing. If it was somebody that's somebody here, y'all, you know, trying to do the same thing that you're doing, man, what advice would you give to them?
I would say the best way to get experience in the master something is to just do it. Like, this is for artists dropping music too. This is not just for people doing what I'm doing, but if you have no way of understanding the dynamic of trial and error if you don't just go with the trial. Like, you're not gonna know what you need to do better in your interviews if you don't interview somebody and watch it back and watch film. And as an artist, you'll never put out music if you don't drop, because you're probably gonna always get better as you're recording. So if you make a song today and don't drop it and then keep recording for 3 months, you're gonna look back at that song and be like, I'm not putting it out. And then you're not gonna put that out. You gotta put your stuff out, you gotta put your content out. That'd be my advice.
Man, I like it there. Okay. So the next question is, man, when I'm playing, what's next for you?
Man, like I said earlier, what's next for me, always gonna be more content, but I'm trying to expand.
Yeah.
So we about to be hitting the roads. We about to be in Chicago, Detroit. We gonna start Midwest off, because Midwest on fire anyway when it comes to the music. But yeah, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be doing more. I'm about to switch up the scenery to my interviews.
Yeah,
we got some ideas coming. We got some different stuff. We trying to take some of the artists, like the population that I interview, I'm gonna take them out their comfort zone a little more with some of the new content. So yeah.
Okay, man. Man, appreciate you for coming on, man. I want you to let them know where they can find you at.
So everything is 317 A&R. On Instagram, it's _317 AR. YouTube is 317 space A&R with the and symbol. You can go download my playlist on Apple Music, 317 A&R, same way as YouTube. And yeah, that's all the platforms we on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, last thing, is there anything else you want to talk to the people, tell the people?
Let me think. Anything else? Man, I really just want to say, I've been in a lot of rooms with you lately. I've been around and networking and getting my face seen in a lot of these events and supporting the Black community in Indy. And I just want to say, everybody that's watching, you, everybody that's doing their own thing, like you, Murdoch, DK, shout out Brother Jamal, shout out 4200 Corey, shout out all the artists, shout out Rello, shout out Ace, shout out Mooder, shout out Alex. It's so many, like, I don't want to
miss nobody.
Yeah, I don't want to miss nobody. So if I didn't name you, it's still love. But just everybody, just keep doing y'all thing, man. Like, I feel like the new generation of the city for the Black youth, we moving, we doing less talking and more grooving.
Oh, we climbing.
Yeah, we climbing.
And we collabing, man.
Yeah, we
Ain't got no problem
working
collabing.
together.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's another thing, bro. Collaboration over competition, man. We all gonna go far together. So
Most definitely. I want to say this before we end too, man. You ever seen like a video with like some rappers or celebrities and they be like, man, we supposed to have a project together.
yeah,
Look, we both know how that is. We finally
for
got
sure.
it done. So man, appreciate you for coming on, man.
Nah, I appreciate you for having me, man. I can say this my first interview for real.
All right,
It's different being in front of the camera and not behind it. You know?
Since it is, let me ask you one more question.
What's up? What's up?
All right, where you see yourself being there 5 years? So we do this interview 5 years from now.
Man, in 5 years, I see I having some more people working under me. I want to be almost in every hot market. So maybe I will have a journalist in Atlanta, Chicago. Or if I don't, we can do some type of virtual interviews. I want to be in every market. I obviously want to be making more of an income off of this as well. And honestly, to be real with this, I see this as being transportation to me, kind of managing as well. I kind of, since I've been studying artists to interview them, I kind of see where I would want some of these artists to go, and what I didn't like and what I didn't like in them, and some of their decisions or career moves. So that's what I see myself doing as well. Like I feel like all the work I put in led me to being able to have a couple artists under my wing and taking them to the top of me as well. So
That's fine. Okay, man.
yes, sir.
But again, appreciate you for coming on, man. This is the Put On Show. We're gonna catch y'all with another
Look, you gotta do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. No excuses that's over here. Gotta do